I'm in the mood for some Karachi style, very spicy chicken aloo biryani, and that's exactly what I'm going to make. I hope you stay tuned to this recipe on If Mac Can Cook. I've got 1 kg chicken thawing right now. That's about 4 cups of rice that I've soaked. These are the masalas I'll show you later. 4 potatoes that I've cut up into smaller pieces. 4 tomatoes. There's 2 cups of yogurt, 1.5 cup of biryani masala, 1 tablespoon of ginger and garlic, and I've got 3 onions which I'm going to fry right now in a little bit of oil in this wok or karai. And you have to slice these very thinly because when you do, they fry light golden crisp and they don't turn too dark brown. And when you add that to the masala, your masala doesn't turn too dark, which is actually appetizing. In the meantime, I'm going to parboil these potatoes in salted water. Remember to parboil this and strain it. I've washed this rice many times and I'm going to wash it another time. I put up a big pot of water for boiling with at least 6 to 7 spoons of salt, and I'm going to add some garam masala to this. I have this muslin cloth and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of zeera. There's 3 light green cardamoms, 2 dark cardamoms, 6 to 7 cloves, a teaspoon of cinnamon sticks, 2 or 3 bay leaves. I'm going to put this in this muslin bag and I'm going to drop this in the water to flavor the water. I'm going to tie this bag at the corner like this and wait for the water to boil. Halfway done, make sure it doesn't turn brown on the sides. You have to keep stirring it. So about 20 leaves of curry patta, 1 teaspoon of zeera, 1 teaspoon of coriander whole, and about 5 red chilies with 2 green cardamoms to flavor the oil. Next up is a tablespoon of ginger and garlic. Ginger garlic added, I'm stirring this around and I'm going to check on the chicken right now, but in the meantime I'm going to mix the yogurt, which is 2 cups, and 1.5 cup of Bombay biryani masala, which in my opinion is the best biryani masala for Karachi type biryani. And to complete this masala, I'm going to add the chopped up tomatoes in this with at least 2 to 3 aloo bukharas. Now this is an extra bit of aloo bukhara. All these masalas have them, but I want more aloo bukhara. Lower the fire and let's cook this for a wee bit. I think it's time to drain these potatoes and I'm going to do that. Guys, I wash the chicken with salt every single time, or you can do that with vinegar as well, and I've cleaned it very, very well. Okay, mixing this very clean chicken into the yogurt and masala mix, and let's check on our tomatoes. It's nearly done. I'm going to lift the cover and raise the fire, wait for the oil to rise. Remember to always tie your hair while cooking, even if you're wearing a day-old kurta. Yeah, I got to bathe after this because the biryani adrak lasan masala does not leave my hair. And you may laugh at my expense. I don't mind that. I'm being truthful. Okay, this takes a lot of patience because tomatoes and onions take a while to come together and for the oil to come up to the surface, so I'm still at it. Many people had told me to add a wedge of lemon, some fresh mint leaves into this water, and as much as I value your input, I don't have fresh mint, guys, but if you have fresh mint right now, please cut it up and put it in the water. In my quest for pudina, I shall run to the garden and see if there's any left. I know a lot of stuff has died because of the heat, but I'm quickly going to check if we have pudina. And guess what I found? Pudina! Okay, I'm going to pull out the larger pieces and add that. There we go. And also adding wedges of lemon. Why not? Okay, the water is ready. I should be adding the previously soaked 4 cups of rice into this, and the masala is also nearly done. You have to move this around immediately after adding it. I don't want the rice to clump up, and I don't miss out on a single morsel of rice. Everything has got to go in. Okay, stirring this, adding the chicken into this masala right now. I'm leaving the yogurt behind to mix in the potatoes with, just a little bit. And that's that. I shall be adding the potatoes into this dahi mixture, coating it. Now these are about parboiled. They just need to be cooked another 10 minutes and they're ready. You also have to parboil the rice. उर्दू में कहते हैं एक कनी छोड़नी आपने, ताकि जब आप खाना मिक्स करें और स्टीम पे या दम पे पकाएं तो राइस उस वक्त तैयार हो और ज़्यादा गल ना जाए. Okay, I'm going to cover this and cook this so that it releases its water. and then uncover it and bhuna it really well and add the potatoes. And as you see the rice rising to the surface, that actually means it's about to get ready. And as you can see, this is done. I am going to strain this right now, but just make sure you don't add or pour any water on top of this. I've seen people do that and I don't understand why they do that. Just let it be. Okay, it seems like the chicken is nearly cooked. So what I'm going to do is going to let the oil rise to the surface, bhuna it a little bit, and then add the potatoes. Added the potatoes, and then there's some sliced green chilies de-seeded that I had kept aside. This is a very spicy biryani, guys, so the rest I'm leaving for garnishing. So that's about at least 8 green chilies. Oh man, this is gonna be spicy. Alright, let's cover this for just 2 to 3 minutes and then uncover it and come back to you. In the meantime, I'm making a kachumar salad. I've taken 1 medium-sized onion, sliced it thinly, 2 green chilies, 2 medium-sized tomatoes, and there's 1 cucumber there with coriander and lemon, salt, and a little bit of black pepper. I like to leave the skin on, and I also like to use a lot of lemon. Now, black pepper is up to you, but salt is very important. Okay, just a little bit of coriander. Oil has risen. This is so delicious. I could eat this with naan. Okay, I'm going to layer the rice and the chicken right now. So the oil you see surfacing on the top over here is the oil that I'll use to just add to this pot right at the bottom. It also has a lot of color and flavor, and I don't want to use uncooked oil. Oil at the bottom of the pan, add half the rice as a first layer. Here's some milk, food coloring, and of course saffron. I cannot make any biryani without saffron, so half of that is going to be poured onto this. All of this is going to go into that. How gorgeous is this? And the last layer of rice right on top. Okay, and the saffron food color mixture is already been poured. Okay, time to garnish this with a lot of dhania, some sliced de-seeded green chilies, some lemon wedges and mint leaves, some fried onions, at least a fistful or more, some very aromatic fried garlic. Oh my goodness, this smells really good. Okay, this has been on dum for about 20 to 25 minutes on very low heat. Let's see what the situation is like, or if I need to keep it on for more. Oh, it's done. This is done, guys. Let's dig in immediately. Let's dish this out. And this Karachi spicy chicken aloo biryani is ready. I am so hungry. I can't wait to have this. This was a request by me for me. I woke up thinking of Karachi style biryani, and here it is. Please make this biryani. Please do not skip the aloo, because that's an integral part of Karachi biryani. Don't forget the saffron. And kachumar is amazing with lemon. I'm going to get some yogurt and start eating right away. This recipe is slightly different from the other biryanis I've posted. Do give it a shot and tell me what you think. And thank you so much for staying with me on If Night Can Cook today. This biryani I made today has created a bit of a stir, it seems. I'm getting a lot of inbox messages.
It was so good.
Good, I'm glad you liked it. So I think I'm going to post it now. I'll string the videos together and put it on YouTube.